What did it take to get 1,000 sales on Zillow?
It took about 50 a year for 20 years. That was a milestone. We just hit that last month. Those are documented sales on Zillow. I think we actually have a little bit more than that, but yeah, it takes a long time. I mean, the average agent doing between 5 and 12 a year to get up to 1,000 over 20 years does take a while, but. And those first few years I was in single digits. I wasn't doing, and then we had some crazy times where I was getting upwards of 90 to 100. So that helped. But things have slowed down a little bit, and we're dealing with some bigger numbers right now. So we don't have, and we're a little bit pickier about what we pick and choose. So we don't have the number of transactions that we used to have. But the funny thing is like my former football players and my former students, I recognize faces, but it's hard for me to remember which team you played on and who you played with or which class you took with me and everything. And I'm really not good with names, but I've had over 1,000 students. I've had over 1,000 football players, and now I've had over 1,000 clients. And sometimes it gets a little embarrassing at Walmart or the grocery store because I recognize the face, but I don't necessarily remember the transaction or when it was. And but usually people are very kind and give me a reminder of what we did when. And then I have a pretty good memory, and I think I remember pretty much all 1,000 transactions, but I might not always associate a face and a name to it. It's funny that when you look at my Zillow numbers, it says that I range from 34,000 to 9 million. And truthfully, I've done some things that are more than 9 million, and I remember I did one piece of land for $7,500, and so I've done lower than 34,000 as well. That gets a little bit trying, but each transaction is important, and I'm really lucky to have been around long enough and been overall. I think our client base is happy enough with us that they keep us around and let us get up to that 1,000 mark. We're pretty proud.